Hey guys, Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. You can go do what you got to do. It's okay. Oh, let's get the timer off there. Like, share, and subscribe. You're interrupting me this morning because I'm reading out of the good book, you know, the big book. This is like the Bible. If you were like a religious pigeon man, you would have this book here. And in this religious book, you're going to see Verstraete, the very best middle distance, long distance machine man. He goes down the road, and guess what he does? He just wins. And if he doesn't beat you this year, which is, you can happen, this can happen. You might not win every year, but then he comes back and he kicks your ass. And I know you shouldn't swear, curse on this show. This is like a super pigeon show. And yes, guys, sometimes swearing is allowed. Put your comments in. I want to make sure that we are on the YouTube and on the Facebook. Remember, if you hear me, please let me know. Oh, good. Everyone is coming on now. Wow. I can feel that there's some love in the air. We are going to talk with this morning for you North Americans. I was reading this, the book. You see the nice book? I got an autographed copy for one of yous. You love his pigeons. You support his auction to the highest bidder. You're going to get the autographed book. And guys, it's that good. So I'm going to put my book down because you guys didn't really come to see me read a book because I'm not a very good reader. But what I am good at is posting up your comments. Joseph, good morning. Good morning, Carlos. Good morning, Mike Sheridan. Good morning, Hugo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And here is the man right there, Xavier Verstraete from Belgium. You're looking nervous. You see? Look at this. We're eating waffles. We got all the best here. The best of the best with Xavier. I had a lovely morning. He's at the end of my trip. I always say sometimes you maybe save the very best for last. This man here I get along with so good. One of my dad's favorite pigeon men of all pigeon men. He always compliments the style of the pigeons, the quality of the pigeons. Great people, great pigeons. This is the one man right here. And people are saying brick by brick, good morning, guys. You are talking to a real legend. So if you have questions for him, you ask, and I will ask for you. Be respectful. If you ask a stupid question, I'm not going to ask him because you know better than that. We have smart guests on here. So guys, please remember. Xavier, welcome.
Yeah, hello, everybody.
You feeling good today?
Yeah.
You're not shy?
No.
Another good season of racing?
Yeah, I'm satisfied, but sometimes in the championships with the points, that was not so good. But I'm happy with my results from this year. I have some good results at the middle distance and especially at the one-day races. Those are extremely good. And yeah, you cannot winning every year a national or that's as impossible.
No, it's like a roller coaster. Some years are better than others. It goes up, it goes down.
Yeah, okay. In the championships, good. I'm the first in club and my club Union Ektak. Union Ektak is the biggest club from Belgium for long distance. I was there first position. With the yearlings, and also I have the best ace bird long distance this year. Mm-hmm. So that is very good, and yeah, I hope that the next years is also the same or better. We must try always better and better. But for me, it's most important that other fanciers are also satisfied, and my best publicity is that other fanciers make extremely good references, and that is good for me, and that I will say that is that other people are satisfied with the pigeons that I sold.
You know, it's amazing. A group of pigeons came in over 2 months ago from quarantine, and they were Xavier's pigeons for this coming auction season, for season 5. And when we took the pigeons out of the basket, 20 pigeons for a live event. Now, Quintero Lofts, he's in New Jersey. Would you like to see this man in New Jersey? Anywhere in the U.S., I got to take this guy because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But it's so amazing. I pulled the pigeons out of the basket from Xavier, all 20. And I start putting them in my hand, and I talk to my father. I says, these pigeons are of a live quality handling. These birds need to be handled so people can see them. And it's funny, when I show up here today, we looked at the pedigrees, we looked at some other pigeons. You said to me, the pigeons that you sent for this year's auction,
I selected them especially for you.
They need to be handled at a live event, correct?
Yes, that's
and,
correct.
And when me and my father handled them, when they came, we said the exact same thing. The quality that this man puts out is second to none. You will see the inbred pigeons. If people hear me on a show say, oh, it has an inbred feel, normally it means there's some weakness in the pigeon. You feel weakness. When Xavier inbreeds them, they have the proper feel. No, but the ones that you select.
I have also bad quality, but I kill them, and only the best I keep them. And I have in this auction 10 pieces with extremely much inbred and really the top quality.
But
I can tell it, but you must see it in the hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we talk about. You have to, he just said, we breed some inbreds, they don't come out nice, he eliminates. When he selects them, this is how, when you're going to feel inbred pigeons, this is how you want them to feel. Again, you want a man that does extremely well in one-loft races. You don't fly very many one-loft races, but people win for you that send pigeons out.
That's for me the best publicity.
You want to see people winning with your pigeons.
Yeah, of course. And not only in the one-loft races, but also here in Belgium, a lot of fences make again now or national winner or by the best from Belgium. And I talk then not from small distance, but from races from 400 to 800 kilometers. So that is for me the distance where I can best selecting.
From 400 to
800 kilometers, that's, yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you wonder why this man's pigeons do so well, think about it. In one-loft racing, the pigeons need to show up at around 400 to 600 kilometers for young pigeons. You won in Pattaya, you've won all over. Where his birds go, they find a way to get to the top on the final race. Joseph says, hello, Mr. Verstraete. Feed different for sprint and middle and long distance races.
Yeah, there is a difference, but it's the same corn, I think, but for the long distance, I start with those mix 3-4 days before the race, and for the sprint, it's only the last day or the 2 last days.
Yeah, did you guys, when you earlier?
Yeah, earlier, I start earlier.
In sprints?
Yeah, than for the sprints, but it's about the same mix.
It's just when you start feeding heavier feed.
Yeah.
For the longer races, 3 days before.
Yeah.
For the sprint race, a day or two before.
Yeah.
Or 2 feeds before.
Yeah,
per se.
Or sometimes like, but every time before each race, the day from basketing, I try to feed them, if possible, 3 or 4 times.
The day of basketing?
The day from basketing.
The day before basketing? Or the day of?
The day from basketing, normally.
So the day of basketing, you may feed 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking it, the first time you go in, you don't feed them all they want, very little bit. Let them eat. Yeah. Then you come a few hours later, a very little bit, then a very little bit, then a very little bit.
Okay, but
is this what you do?
That's easy to say, but my problem is all my pigeons sitting on the same loft. My yearlings, my old birds, my long distance racers, my middle distance race. So I give individual then in the basket. In the box. In the box.
With the spoon.
With the spoon or with the hand. I do that on that way. But sometimes when I'm thinking 80% from the loft go to the next race, then I do it in the trough. In the trough, yeah. But I think you understand what I mean. But that is more hemp seed. Hemp seed. That I give extra mice and extra sunflower
seeds. Yes,
eh?
and the safflower, the white ones.
Yeah.
What about peanuts?
Okay, peanuts, but not too much. Sometimes I use it, but not too much. If I use that, before I do that in the microwave a few seconds, because sometimes with peanuts there is you can have a problem with bacterial, and I'll be afraid with that.
Do you ever put your peanuts in the freezer?
No.
Do you have a freezer?
Yeah, but
you never. Okay, I just wanted to kill bacteria. If you use, people where we are, they keep the peanuts in the freezer.
Yeah. And if I give the peanuts, I give broken peanuts.
You're like me, break them up.
Yeah, otherwise, yeah. But I use it more, the peanuts, for motivation. Yeah, sometimes when they coming after training, they coming inside in the basket, and in every box, 1 or 2 peanuts. But I do that only in race time.
Yeah. Do you with your cockbirds? Do you play with the cocks in the box? Do you fight with them? You pull their nose? You up?
My wife, she do that.
Oh.
But I have not the time, but it's okay. It's better that you do that. Yeah. How closer the band between the pigeon and the fancier, how better the results. Therefore, I can say if you will having 20-30% better results, keep your wife on the loft. She make the better results, and she make it everything cleaner than me. And
now, this is an interesting pigeon question because you brought it up. So your wife helps you in the loft.
Yeah, the last 3 years, and I make better results with that.
Before, your wife's not in the loft.
No.
So a question I think that a lot of pigeon guys would ask is, how did you get your wife, for your whole life she's not in the loft, then you get her in the loft? How did you do this? How did you? Did you have to pay her?
No. It's a question of time. It's a question of time. Before, she helped her mother, and so.
Look, there she is. This is the super helper.
Yeah.
He says that you're the loft manager now. You're selling all the pigeons. You make all the breeding decisions and everything.
Yeah, the breeding results. That not. But she is very close with the pigeons. She fights with the pigeons, and sometimes it's a problem because I must killing her favorites when they have not enough or not good results. They must killing, and
it's hard.
That's hard for her, but that's the only way. When you're not killing, you be not the champion.
But it's very nice that you guys now work together.
Yeah.
And you enjoy the pigeons.
Yes.
She loves the pigeons. You can see it.
Yeah. And the 40 years before,
no,
she hated. But
what makes someone change? I mean, it's 40 years. I hate it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
And maybe the motivation was at the first year that she helps me. I have direct again a national victory, and that was and she saw the arriving from those pigeons.
She seen them come.
She see them come, and I have no idea, but it changed in the mind from her, and that was the best decision ever for me.
Romano Alonso says, hey Verstraete, or hey Xavier, does the age of the hen as a breeder affect the quality it produces? This is a real good question. So maybe I want to go buy a 10-year-old hen that's super. Should I, or stay away from it?
I understand, but I have also my opinion about that. Normally I don't like it from old hens to breed them, but I think there is another point. I think when you have 3 or 4 times at the year eggs from a hen, it's enough. Yeah, so
4 rounds.
Yeah, that's the maximum. So I like hens when she is old, but she was good. She produced very good pigeons. Then and you waiting a long time that she have a lot of reserve for. I don't know how I must explain that. Then give me a good old hen, then maybe a young hen, and you don't nothing. But not don't breed 5 or 6 times at a year with the hen. I'm thinking that is not a good idea.
You take too much out.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
about cockbirds?
I have no explanation for that, but I'm thinking the quality is and when the eggs are not beautiful, you need really beautiful glad eggs also.
Smooth, not bumpy.
Yeah. So therefore, it's important. We talk from corn and so, but we talk not enough from minerals and from grit stones and all those other mix. But that's as important because the champion is born in the eggs. So you need the best quality because for the beans and so from the pigeon, from the youngster is come out of the eggs.
So you almost are saying to me,
Yeah.
before you pair up your pigeons, they better be in super condition, and they better have enough grits, enough minerals. The whole year, you take care of them properly. Because if you don't get the quality of the eggs, and what's in the egg is what you need.
Yeah.
The super quality youngsters.
Yeah. Therefore, I use all from years 90, so that is now more than 30 years. The stones from Klaus Gritstein.
Yes? You like
I
them?
say it, but those are the champion in the grit stones, and they have so different mixes and so, and it's important, grit stones and kalk and Xavier and you must let the pigeons, let them choice, and especially try to give every 3-4 days fresh or clean from dusty.
Yes.
But I have no explanation what sometimes they found it, but the pigeons needed better than us what they needed. All right.
Question. Does Mr. Verstraete, from Joseph anyways, hey Joseph, thanks for tuning in. Some good questions here. Does Mr. Verstraete increase the exercise when the long races approach? That's his first question. I think the reason for microwaving the peanuts is to get rid of the fungus on the peanuts, and that's what we just said.
Fungi,
fungus. So, when the longer races come,
do
you increase the training of the pigeons? The exercise?
Yeah, sometimes I do that, but I think in the beginning of the season, the first 3-4 races are important. Private training races that you do that with good weather, and you give the pigeons vertrouwen. They must feel it.
They must have a good warm-up, a good start to the season.
Yeah, the good start is important.
So you're saying if you need to get the birds down the road for a race and it's bad weather, it's a warm-up race, you're not going to send them. You hold.
And be careful with when you have a good pigeon from 2, 3, 4 years old, and in the beginning of the year, the training races are not good, or they coming after. Be careful because the risk is high that you lose them. But yeah, in the beginning, every year is a new start, also for an old pigeon. So in the beginning, be careful, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 2-3 times. Not thinking 1 year before he raced 2,000 kilometers or 5,000, he have enough experience, that's correct, but every year they must they must training the muscles, and when the pigeons are in best condition, the private training is not necessary because they fly 1 hour left or right or north or seaside, so they make those own private training, the pigeons. But Yeah.
So before the nationals, or when you're in the middle of the national races, are you with your old birds? Let's say, are you only loft flying them around the loft?
Yeah.
Once a
Normally,
day?
Yeah. 2 times.
2 times.
Yeah. When the weather is normal.
2 times.
Yeah, 2 times. But after, in the middle of the season, what I have changing is the day after the race and 2 days after the race, I let them not training.
So the races are over?
Recuperation is, I think, more important than training then. But okay, when it is extremely beautiful weather and you see the pigeons, they must really, when you open the door or you open the window, they must with
go
high speed out of the loft. That is important.
And you like to see them do a little dipping and diving?
Yeah, but normally they do that not the day and the 2 days after the race. But I think it's better recuperation than exercise.
Yes.
That's my idea.
Rest is good.
Yeah.
And people sometimes think the day after the race, we let them out. The next day we take them in the car and train them. You're taking the finish off the pigeon. You're pushing the pigeon just too much. Especially in old birds.
Yeah. When I'm thinking, Mr. Sharlocker said that once, when pigeons have 50 times in a private training or in a race, they stop. Then they say enough is enough.
So
and they come then after that, they come very slowly to home, because so therefore, okay, as a youngster you can do that, but I prefer rest after the race, especially 1 and the 2 days after the race. It's not necessary to train.
No. Give them a rest. Let them in the aviary, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Give them a bath.
Rest. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, but there is also a different. Hens, they training much faster than cocks. So I need enough fanciers. They race only with hens and not with cocks, and that is one of the reasons you have better results in general with hens than with cocks.
What do you prefer overall?
I race with hens and cocks, but I like to race with hens because you can racing every week with hens. Yeah, and it's necessary normally with hens that you raise them every week also.
Now, a question. I asked this question, and nobody has a real answer, but maybe you'll have another answer. Why is it that hens are so much better? What do you think the main reason is?
Yeah, they don't fighting in the boxes when you go to the club, and normally a cock the weight from a cock is maybe 180 grams, and from a hen maybe 150. Yeah, so maybe is that an explanation? And but I'm sure. People, if you race with hens, after a few years you go to the top. If you don't race, you don't select them, and normally if you must always breeding with a son or a daughter or a sister, but not with the really good hens, with results. Therefore, I prefer hens, but I have no explanation what is the reason why hens fly better.
No explanation.
It's easier for motivating them also with the hands.
Guys, if you have questions for Xavier, now is the time to put them in. I know he's got 2 birds that he wants to show. I get to show them. That's what I get to do. Xavier, who did you bring today to show? A little bit of show and tell.
Yeah. I shall show you my artist. This is a combination from my 2 best pigeons from the last 15 years. That is Top Star as cock and Maxima as my base hen. And artist is an all-round racer, and as yearling he winning all the 21 national from Libourne. That was a race from 750 kilometers. hard race, and when you're winning then at the top 20, that's not a coincidence. That's not a lucky shot.
No.
That's just
Real performance.
only for the best. Okay, when you will winning a first national, you need many other things. You need in the good provincial and the wind, etc. But in the first 100 from a national race, those are always good pigeons. That's his, and he did that all as yearling from 750 kilometers, and he gave very good breeding results at the first and the second generation. Perfect pigeon in the hand. What must I say? All-round pigeons really, and that is what many of the fanciers needed. And pigeons, you cross them easy with other strains and with good results.
Lots of flyers in Belgium. Yeah. You see your pedigrees are in there. Your pigeons are in their pedigrees.
Yeah. Like I say, that's for me the best publicity. That other fanciers winning with my pigeons, when it is not directly, that's sometimes in the second generation, but that's give for me a big satisfaction.
Wow.
And I have now more than I think about 900 different fanciers. They winning a first prize with direct pigeons from us, and that's that gives me a lot of happiness.
And that's what it's about. It's they've won so many top races, but I tell you, most of the breeders that I visit, they really, really love to hear when their pigeons are winning. I know I was at Stefan Steenbergen. He getting calls, people winning. You can see when other people win with your pigeons, that you light up more. That means your pigeons can win for anyone.
Yeah.
Great pigeons. Good morning, Don Meredith. Can we see the cock you were just talking about?
Yeah.
Guys, we are with Xavier Verstraete here. We're in his lovely sunroom. This is the greatest place to watch for pigeons. Inch by inch, guys. I am going to switch his camera to me for a second, and you'll see this pigeon. I'll see if Xavier will let me handle him. It's okay, don't worry. This is artist?
This is artist, yeah. Very clever pigeon also.
Look at him. He's built like a machine, eh?
Yeah. Not too big, not too small.
And he's
small feathers, good ventilation. And he gave me 6, 7, 8 different hands, good results. So that is one of the signals that he is a really good producer. Very intelligent.
You see how intelligent he looks?
Yeah.
He knows he's on the camera, eh? He's a playboy. Oh, hey Ryan, could you ask, hold on, David Allison. David, where are you watching from? Let me know. And guys, when you're writing, let me know where you're writing from so Xavier kind of knows who's watching, okay? But anyways, I'll ask this question. Hey Ryan, could you ask Xavier how often he feeds his hens on a week-to-week system when racing? I'm going to show this pigeon a little bit more. You think, I don't know, that's a tricky question.
I think, with hens you must feed them very poor.
And poor, you mean light?
And only the last 4 times I give them full of corn, with all the best seeds.
Hemp seed.
Hemp seed. Yeah. A lot of small seeds also.
Fatty seeds.
Fat seeds. But only the last 4 times, the last 2 days. But in the other days, very poor. Otherwise, they pairing very fast up. And
ladies and gentlemen, remember, for you North Americans, when he says poor, he means a light mix, very easy mix. He doesn't feed too much. Keep them.
No beans.
No gasoline.
Yeah.
But there he is. the artist, guys, you take a look. Boy, you see a pigeon and a half.
Yeah.
I tell you,
That is a pigeon. I take him normally every day, once in the hand, and
well, today he got more than that. He got to be on the show.
I can tell you also,
Here, you hold
all
him.
the
I get him.
youngsters that I have breeding from artists, he is in a separated loft. So don't be afraid. I give always guarantee that the youngsters are guaranteed from him.
Hans from South Africa says hello, and David Allison is from Scotland. Very nice to see everyone. And who's the next one you want to see?
Yeah, the next one is my Janus.
Oh.
Yeah, that is the father from my national winner from Sensation from 2 years ago, and but he is all from 2010. And in the auction that we shall doing, sitting two direct sons of him. So I think this is the last opportunity
For a baby.
To have a direct.
You're doing good.
Children. Yeah, Janus, he gave all again with many hands, good flyers. But he is now from 2010, so next year 13 years old. He is a son of my famous 001. Wait a moment, what is the name of her? Fantastica. Also, next sister from Captain One Eye. Fantastic wing.
Yeah.
On father's side, it's the bloodline from Marcel Elbrecht or the Rose Sablon line.
Yes.
His father winning also the first national. No, he is the father. The father was also the father from the first national from Bordeaux. Bordeaux is a race from about 700 kilometers.
Okay.
And it's also a pigeon with expression, and like I say, he gave extremely good breeding results in the second, in the third, in the fourth generation. So you shall see many times Janus in my pedigrees.
It's like he's like a gold line. A friend of yours from Italy, Sergio Mazzacan.
Oh, Sergio Mazzacani.
He says, this is what he says.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hello, Sergio.
And he says, a great friend, Xavier, and my teacher for my great Italian results. So there you go.
Yeah, this is on more than 20 years that I know him.
See?
More.
We get to the right people.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Xavier if I can handle this cockbird, and I will show you guys. You guys have questions, don't be shy. World-class pigeons here in Belgium. Oh, look at them.
Yeah. But like I say, those two sons that I put in the auction, this is... I think it's the last chance to buy something from that line. Direct children. I hope that he breed 1 or 2 years more, but he cannot talk, this pigeon, but you see it. He is so special.
He's special. He's not a big pigeon, a little bit deeper, nice. But again, Xavier, and we talk about this.
Extremely good wing.
Feather quality.
Feather soft.
How important is soft feather?
Yeah, most important, I think. We cannot see what is in the head, but the quality of the feathers is, for me, okay, you take a pigeon in the hand, 1 second, you feel directly it's a good balance, etc. You can look into the wing, but the quality of the feathers, when they move flying, sometimes 1 hour or only 15 minutes to cross the rain, and so the rain was falling off. Therefore is the feather quality very important, I'm thinking. Especially for long distance. The quality feathers are not important for 200 and 300 kilometers, but well for lower distance.
Louis Costa from Luxembourg says, this man has top quality pigeons. There's a Dutchman. He's giving you the thumbs up. Listen. I don't. Wherever you stick him in the world, he's going to find a way to win. How many years your family have pigeons?
We started in 69. So that's 70. That's no more than 50 years old. More than 50 years that we are fancier now.
You see, guys, and racing on the toughest against the toughest competitors maybe in the world are the most serious pigeon flyers for a long time in this country. Belgium is pigeons.
Yeah.
Cleve from Jamaica says, lovely birds. They are all distance birds. So he wants to know, where do these birds? Where's the best spot for them, or what can they do successfully? What's the best distances?
For my birds? Or,
yes.
Like I say, from 400 to 800 kilometers normally. That's are the races that I like and that I race mostly. 50 years ago we start with the sprint and so, but after 10 years we have seen that a lot of pigeons are fantastic for the sprint, but you race them on a hard race from 500 kilometers and you lose them, or they broken. One
time or two times you can't do it.
And you have then a whole year a lot of fun with the pigeon, and then at the end race
you blow them away.
You lose them, or they are broken. And once a pigeon have totally down, and it's finished.
It's finished. Don't keep pushing.
Then, yeah.
Don Meredith asks, does Xavier still have the Uno line?
Yeah. But not too much. But that is now in the fourth, fifth generation sometimes. On this moment, I'm breeding again with a new Uno pigeon, pigeon from the old stream, but a pigeon with race results. If you understand, I need no pigeons from that line. I need pigeons with extremely good race results, and then I put them again in the breeding loft.
Now, one of our top fans, Premier League, you know he must like English football with a name like Premier League. Mm-hmm. But he asks this question: has Xavier sent birds to OLRs in the past or the present time? So he's asking you about your one loft racing. Have you sent to one loft races?
I have done that all, I think, 2 or 3 times. With success, but not in the first 10. But other fanciers, they winning with my pigeons. Sometimes 100% Verstraete, sometimes 50%. But I have a lot of fanciers. They like a Hagemuller, the famous Pattaya racers there, and I believe in 20 and in 21. One time's the first in the final, one time's the fourth in the final.
And Verstraete blood in the pigeon.
And that was 50% Verstraete. That was the Olala line with crossing with extra. And another time that was Olala crossing with my Panther line.
I know in the States, I know Steve Furlong wanted the Dutch touch with direct from Verstraete on a very tough day. I can't remember the lines, but I had talked to Xavier about it. Last year at the Pioneer race, Frank Eichhorn had a pigeon that was ace pigeon all around on 9 races. That was 4 times flying between 450 and 550 kilometers, was an ace pigeon overall, took all the money out of the race again from Verstraete. Xavier maybe doesn't play himself in one loft races, but his birds purchased from other people get sent out, and you see it in the pedigrees. His birds are making great results. Pigeon Knowledge Online says, but why send sprint pigeons to a long distance race? Xavier didn't tell you to send sprint pigeons to a long distance race. Xavier said if you take sprint pigeons and put them in a long distance race, it's not what they're made for.
You don't see them back.
You have 50% chance they don't come.
And more.
More.
But okay, I like also sprint pigeons, and sometimes you cannot see that. You must testing them.
Right.
So, okay, but sometimes the sprinters are smarter than the long distance racer. There is a difference. I don't like more than 1 day races.
Okay.
I have respect for those pigeons, but I don't like it because normally those are too slowly.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm all 40 years really a middle distance and 1 day races.
Okay, Joseph. Again, Joseph, where are you writing from? I can't remember, but hey, Joseph, he's got a name that starts with an X too. It's pretty his last name. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to. Greetings from Malta. Does Mr. Xavier think that races should be hold when temperatures get like 30 degrees Celsius and above? What do you think? Should they hold the races? Should they cancel the races? Should they not, or should they let them out? What are your thoughts? Remember, guys, don't come after him. This is his opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Normally, it's sometimes too extreme. I have also one time a bad result at the training race from 20 kilometers, with extremely headwind and not the hand with the sun really in the eyes. And I think when we must doing that, driving 12 hours with the sun in your eyes, that is also not the best. It's, yeah, okay, the temperature is then another point. Normally it's too much.
They should be held.
When it is more than 6-7 hours, but we like all pigeons, they win at such a race. My sensation hand from 2 years ago, those days it was also 35 degrees. And it was 8 hours racing, and I was surprised that she winning the first national then, because 1 week before she came home and she was tired. I remember that very well. But the day from basketing, I say, what is this? That was a bump in my hand. She was in top condition. And what was the reason? Okay, she was extremely good, motivated, because I put her in the loft where she stay as youngster.
Make her feel good again.
Yeah, but was that one of the reasons for and the motivation? I think it, but at the first position, the condition was top. And 1 week before, she was tired when she come home. Maybe she have no water. This is also possible. Therefore, I have no explanation about that. Okay, but I too hot. Races from more than 35 degrees.
Too hot.
It's normally, yeah. Okay, I understand it, but maybe they must starting then at 6 o'clock. The race time.
In the morning.
Yeah,
earlier.
That earlier, or maybe 5:30. Yeah, that is maybe a solution. Yeah.
Okay, we have a question from Farhad. If a racing pigeon has 11 primary feathers, does that give the bird any advantage?
I think it, but I have also I have a brother of artist, and he have 11 feathers. It's a blue one, but he have 11 feathers, and I have seen all youngsters from him have also many times 11 feathers.
Now, does it matter if it has 11 in one wing?
Yeah, I think, because it's like if you're swimming and you have a gate in
a hole.
Hole.
Slower.
It's not good. So I think it's an advantage, and it's maybe from family to family. I like it. One of my best pigeons, but it is 40 years ago, Triller. That was a grandson of the Golden Bowl, my base pigeon from 40 years ago. He had also 11 feathers, and he was national ace bird in 79. First national ace bird youngsters in 79. And that pigeon have also 11 feathers. Yeah, so
we hope that question helped you. Okay, David Allison asks, hey Ryan, could you ask Xavier if he races cocks on Widowhood and how often does he feed them from, okay, then it says from return from a race till they go to the next race. You know what he's asking for?
Yeah.
The whole system.
yeah, okay, but maybe we make it sometimes too complicated. What I do sometimes is the last day I try to give them 3 or 4 times corn, yeah? But or I put 1 corn in the middle of the floor, yeah, and
let them fight for it.
And let them fight, and you understand that the pigeons can make a choice.
Right.
Maybe is that the best way? And looking then what pigeon, when you take the pigeon in the hand and you feel it, yeah. And normally the pigeons, they show you the condition.
They show you.
They show it. They show it. You can. Therefore, it's better that you're not cleaning the last day, but that you're looking. Yeah, I have in every loft, I have small gates, yeah, where I can looking, and you see, oh, there is a new boss on the loft.
Right.
If they show it, or then the pigeons they fighting, especially with cocks. Yeah, and one of the best motivation tricks is give them an extra territorium. Yeah, and yeah, when you put a new place in the loft, then look who is the winner. But don't do that the last hour. Eh? A motivating trick is work from 2 or 3 days. So start with motivation 2 or 3 days before the basketing.
So let's say for a national race.
That's a big mistake. Eh? The people, we must this evening to the club and now we starting with tricks. No, you must starting with your tricks or with your motivation
Before.
2 days before.
Yeah, and you don't do all the motivation at once. You build it up slowly.
Yeah, but and a pigeon, they like new things, different things. Don't be afraid to try new things, new boxes or a pigeon, they like every time put something new, and you shall see directly one pigeon they will play the boss over the new attraction. Yeah?
Right. So putting even putting a nest box in the middle of the floor that's never been there.
Yeah.
Or a pile of straw in the middle. Or
one of my tricks is also I put the pigeons the last 2 days, they coming not in the loft. I put them out of the loft. Put them for the last 2-3 days in the aviary. And from the aviary go to the club. That is also one of the tricks.
You got lots of tricks.
You understand what I mean?
So you leave the birds in the aviary?
Yeah.
All day?
The whole day, yeah. Or some, not all, but many. Those they must go to the race, and give them their good corn. And this is like people. When you go every day after your walk to your home, you're driving normally. Yeah, but when you are 2-3 days not sleeping at home, you're thinking, you are more motivated, and that is a trick. One of the tips. That I can do that.
Guys, there's so many little tips of motivation, and it's okay to try them. Keep it in your mind, go and practice and try. Not everything's going to work with every pigeon, correct?
Yeah, that's okay.
That's right. Common sense. Premier League says, I have a question for Xavier. Does he use the bull system with his best breeding cocks?
Yeah, I have done that, and I do that still, but 10 and 20 years ago, then that was sometimes with two hens together and so, but now I try to, I give a good cock a hen. Important is that the hen is at that moment from coupling in top condition and all close to lay an egg.
Right.
If you understand. So try to do that. That's after 10 days she has sure eggs.
Right.
Yeah? But then I let them a few days with those hens because it's need big love. If you understand.
Right.
When you must starting to pairing, I don't believe that. It must direct when the couple comes together. It must really fire that they really love each other. But when the cock must fighting to the hen or so, you understand that sometimes that when I don't like that. But from about bull system, okay, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks they have another hen, but that's
You do a different bull system.
Yeah,
you give, okay.
Yeah, but a slowly bull system, not with two hens together
at the same time. No, that's too much work.
Not only the work, but I like big love when they come together, and of course, with an old cock, it's not the best thing. I think that is good with young cocks. You can do that maybe a few times, but.
David Tracy from Ohio says, "What nesting materials does he like for his birds? Tobacco stems, straw, hay. What do you like to use?"
Yeah, those tobaccos is good, and I have also from those
the nest
felts. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the tobaccos are good because they have then a little work to collect the tobaccos and to bring them to the box. I like that. And tobaccos are also good for no problems with small insects or so, and it smells good on the loft. Okay, I like that.
And you like how when the pigeons go to build a nest, if they go get tobacco or they get some straw, they go pick it up. They're working to build the nest. It's motivation.
Yeah.
It's motivation.
It's also motivation. And I like also pigeons. They build high nests. That is not.
Mountains.
Sometimes
You like little mountains? Little mountains.
But I like that. That is pigeons with with a lot of motivation to build a family or to build.
Yes.
So,
it's a positive.
If you can make a choice, and take from pigeons, they build a big nest. I like that.
Yeah.
But
now with your race,
character, and
yes, you see the motivation. It's right there.
Yeah. That is like. I don't have them anymore, Extra, but Extra was also a pigeon. He go on the eggs. When the hen laid the first egg, it was a problem for the hen to lay the second eggs in the same nest because he was still on the eggs day and night.
Yeah.
So that is also a signal from that is really a pigeon with big character, and so special was Extra. I tell it all once before maybe, but I have a lot of problems with the eggs from Extra because the youngsters came not at the same day out the egg, because he started from
moment one.
From the first minute when the hen lay an egg. You understand?
He was motivated.
And the youngsters or always 1 or 2 days different. To broken out.
A lot of the time you seen that?
And I see that still in the bloodline from Extra many times. Therefore, the Extra line are also very good at the natural system.
Okay, and that's what's good for One Loft Racing. I just say it there, guys. Maybe this is why they win. David Allison, you've given some good questions today, my friend, and we appreciate that. You guys are talking with Xavier Verstraete out of Belgium here. Hey Ryan, could you ask Xavier how much rest and exercise does he give his cocks and hens after a race on a weekly routine?
Yeah, so like I say, I like minimum 1, but better 2 days rest.
No exercise, no going out.
Yeah, it's not necessary. I can tell you, when we racing on Saturday, mostly the Sunday, I go out for, it's a holiday then. I go to seaside or so. I gave them water and enough food, but light. Really light, much barley, and I have the start mix from Paloma. That's a special mix, therefore.
Yeah, beginning of the week mix, a low mix.
Yeah, very low mix, and yeah.
You purposely go away
I
and
know
do some
good
stuff?
fanciers here in Belgium, and they have only one day that they pigeons flying out. That's Tuesday or Wednesday. And the other days...
In the loft, resting.
In the loft, rust.
Again, guys, he's flying against them. You listen, he's flying against them. He knows.
Maybe we make too much work at the whole things, and we make it too complicated.
Maybe like less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the first point, the good quality from the pigeons, and what I prefer is better to warm on the loft than to cold. On a cold loft you have never condition, that is impossible, especially in the nights, but also at daytime. And cocks, they need warmer. They like more heating, from sunshine or so. Therefore, you can see it also on the pigeons when they can free choice for a place in the loft. The warmest place, they're sitting the best pigeon and condition then. How warmer, how better on the loft.
Warmer, better, guys.
Okay, but I understand 40 degrees, it's too warm, but we have sometimes in summer 40 degrees then. But there is a difference between warm and sunshine. The pigeons, they don't like the full sunshine. But warming, it's no problem. Better to warm than to cold.
Rafad. Sorry, Rafad. He asked this question, Xavier, and I don't know where he's writing from, but another good question. And this is a question I've heard lots of people ask. Do birds that typically sit on higher perches in the loft perform better for Xavier? Or perform better in general?
On general, because that is the best place in the loft when it is cold, or how warmer. But I can tell you, when Top Star was on the race loft, he was sitting downstairs, but he was the boss from the floor.
Okay, now this
is different.
So if you have a pigeon, and I know my answer to this, and I think you're going to answer it the same way. You have a pigeon, you're flying Widowhood, this cock, he has his box, let's say, or all of a sudden he doesn't want a box, he wants the floor. You give him a little teepee, whatever, that's the floor is his box, and you see him take control of the floor. Does this bother you, or is this good?
It's good for me.
It's almost as good as a bird up in the top box, isn't it? Because he has a bigger box.
But try to make on the total loft, make it warmer. How warmer, how better.
Right.
I'm sure. This is also the same here in my loft. Downstairs, those are not the best lofts. The best lofts are upstairs.
That's right.
Better ventilation, but I be careful with ventilation, but enough, what we say, zuurstof, air, enough air. But be careful with ventilation. Try to make the system from in a box with one open front.
That's right. So the loft breathes and no draft.
Therefore, say I to some fanciers, if you don't know I have a good loft, when you stay in short and in t-shirt and you have a little sweat, you have sporting, and then you go to the loft, and when there is then wind in the loft, you feel it directly.
Cold.
It feels cold. So, or you smoke with a cigarette, and you the cigarette is not good, but you see
the smoke should just go straight up.
And
not blowing. Yes. So you're saying
downstairs in my lofts, I have no ventilation. But and normally it's too cold. Last summer it was good. It was a hot summer, and then it's 5 degrees cooler than upstairs.
Guys, you're talking with the man, Xavier Verstraete.
But listening, we give all the pigeons the same corn at the same loft, and why fly those one special, and the other ones have the same corn? So
you tell me.
It's not so easy to find a solution for some problems, but better to warm and give the pigeons enough, or give them a mix with a lot of small seeds, and give barley. Give always in every mix a little barley. When the barley is the best thing that you see, I give too much or I give not too much.
So what he's saying, so you guys understand, is when you add, let's say 5%, 2% barley, a little bit of barley, when you're feeding the pigeons by hand, you see when they stop eating the barley, she's finished. Dinner time is over. And Xavier doesn't need to feed barley to see it naturally. But I think it's a tip for new flyers or somebody wanting to maybe improve how they feed. Add a bit of barley. When you'll see pigeons leave the barley. Once they start leaving barley and they only want to eat corn, you know you're overfeeding. A couple more questions before we wrap this up. Ranch, I think his name's Ranch. He says, any tips for sprint racing? You got to go back a long ways. Come on, what's a good tip for sprint racing?
Sprint racing.
Oh, did it leave your mind?
Sorry. The pigeons coming at the first place for the territorium, and the second place they come for the partner. But first is territorium, I'm sure. Special tips. Looking, the pigeons, they show you which one have condition, but you must have seen it, sorry, but
no, there's nothing wrong with the question. Again, you guys hear territory, but again, you don't go and buy long.
Make for sprint also, make it warm enough on the loft. It's better too warm than too cold. Jealousy. Try to make jealousy in the loft.
Question. This is, I think, a good point to this tip. If you want to race sprint races, do you need sprint pigeons, or can you do it with long distance pigeons or extreme long distance pigeons?
I'm respecting sprint pigeons, because normally when I have a good pigeon on the middle distance or the long distance, and I'm looking to the results from the years before, I see all from as youngster, they go 1 or 2 times in the really top of the race. So a champion is born as a champion, and if you understand it, champions are also direct, as youngster also 1 or 2 times they show it normally. But sometimes the pigeons as youngsters sitting not in the best position with the feathers also, but they go to the top of the and also with wind from backside.
Tailwind.
Yeah, tailwind. The pigeons, the smart pigeons. That's not only wind on the head. Yeah, you understand? Very fast races, but a top result. I like one top result as a youngster. Yeah.
David Allison asks, "Hey Ryan, could you ask Xavier, does he treat for paratyphoid and vaccinate for it? Do you treat and vaccinate for paratyphoid?"
Sorry, I don't understand what.
Okay, could you ask Xavier, does he treat the pigeons for paratyphoid and vaccine for it?
Yeah, I do that. In the last 10 years, I do that all 6-7 times. About 10 days, a product, antiparatyphus, and then a vaccination a few weeks later. Yeah, because I'm thinking I'm sitting all so long in the pigeon sport, and that is the biggest problem in the last 50 years, paratyphus. And okay, I do that, but by my racers not always, but by my breeders mostly more every year. One time the injection to paratyphus, but not for the racers. What I like to give for the racers is one time in the middle of the season a product to fungi. I think you have good results when you do that once at the season. That is something we talk always from coccidiosis and trichomonas. I try to do that never. I give them drops. But for the fungi, that is many fanciers they forget that, to give a product to that once a year. And I think that is important to have a clean start.
Guys, I want to say, again, every time I come and visit Xavier and his wife, always the quality, the hospitality here, second to none. The pigeons, you can tell this is a real pigeon family with great results. Yes, they will be back at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions this year, season number 5. A collection of super pigeons, very nice, to the highest level. Xavier, this time, he held absolutely nothing back. There's one-ofs, last-ofs. Again, you see, he's excited.
Yeah.
There he is, eh? The big man, eh?
I show you. He is also one of my base pigeons, and that's his
Who is this?
Champion 2.
Oh, you didn't even tell me you had him here.
No.
Oh, you're hiding pigeons from me.
He is also one of the base pigeons. He is now also 12 years. I put in the auction a direct child from him.
First time ever.
Yeah. He is also the grandfather from the first national ace bird from 1 year ago from Belgium. And he is also the father from my best racer from last year, Favorito. But he gave many good racers, and you shall see that in the pedigrees. He is many times grandfather over grandfather. An all-round pigeon. Yeah.
I'm going to handle him here.
His father was also second national ace bird.
I want to...
Not too big.
Oh, man.
But he is the grandfather from the national ace bird from 1 year ago. He is the father from the pigeon from this year, from the 073. Yeah.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it's worth coming 4,000 miles to handle him.
12 years old, but...
Look how intelligent he is, eh?
Yes.
Super eye sign.
Not too big from musculature, but...
you would never, in the hands, you think he's a hen.
Yeah. But...
there he is. And his name?
Champion too, because his father is champion. He was second national ace bird champion by Chris Ebrecht, but it's on the over-grandmother was my Barcelona hen. In that time my father bred together with Chris Ebrecht, his father, and that hen winning first prize Perpignan, first prize Barcelona, first prize Orleans. Fantastic pigeon. His father is also a full brother of Costello.
Xavier comes up with the best names, don't you guys think? Another question we got. Darius says, how Mr. Verstraete choose the best in shape pigeons for nominations from the whole race team? What are the signs for best in shape pigeons? So when you're selecting for your nominations, how do you select? What are you looking for? As I hold him up for a moment.
Well, okay, I'm looking many times to the results from 1 week before, but mostly I'm looking also to the shit in the box.
Okay.
When it is possible, look to the shit. It's better that you have only 3 drops of shit than 7, 8 drops of shit. When the pigeons have eaten not too much, then his condition is best, and you must feel it. You must look into his training results. I like also a pigeon. They coming at the training race and midweek, first coming in the loft. So look to your clocking system, and the pigeons coming all together. You know you have 30 racers, and they come, the 30 racers coming in the loft at 20 seconds maybe.
Right.
But look into your clock. Your champion bird or the pigeon coming 1 second before the other ones. I like that also. A good pigeon, they are motivated. They coming first also from training at midweek. You understand what I mean?
Yeah. What you're saying is, and he's not meaning road training. He's saying when the birds go for a loft fly, watch the ones that come in first. Pay attention. You know, the pigeons will tell you if you watch the pigeons.
Therefore, I give them always a present when they coming inside the loft. Two, 3 small seats. It's enough. And give the other
the other base mix, but maybe 1 peanut, 1 piece of corn. Hello.
Or especially when you have only 3 or 4 cocks from a whole loft that you will send to a race, give them those 4 only peanuts and the other not.
So they see.
They see it, and they motivated also the other ones. So the jealousy between the pigeons.
You know, I think you don't have any more to show, right?
No,
Okay. So I just wanted to make sure. I hate missing pigeons. I didn't know there was going to be 3. Like I say, this is what he does. Every time I come here, he knows, your wife makes the great food here, the Belgian endives. He always has a little present for me. Great food. But guys, when I come here, the present for you is the pigeons that he selects for the auction. They're second to none. All he wants to see is, please, if you win with this pigeon and it does well, he wants you to call him anytime or send him a message and say, thank you. The bird did very well. It makes him feel good. It keeps him motivated. He likes to know how his pigeons are doing. We're going to wrap this up here just a second, but Premier, he says it, I think exactly. Pigeons are in super condition, and credit to the owner. Guys, this guy knows his pigeons. They're super pigeons. Xavier, again, I look forward to working with you for season number 5. It's always a pleasure. I get to come back again in the new year to do some videoing of these breeders, which we are going to do. I want to say this. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Maybe I remember one thing.
What?
A champion pigeon is also the champion in the condition. So he is also in the best condition from the other ones. You know, you have 20 pigeons on the loft, but the champion is also the champion in condition. Yeah, they
Hey.
have the.
You hear what the man said. Xavier, thank you. Brenda, thank you very much.
Okay, and I promise you, I bring the really best, the best collection ever that in the auction.
All right,
Ryan.
guys, I'm not lying. You are gonna go ballistic. You're gonna go crazy. That's the wife. That's the man. They're a team. Oh, and by the way, when they race to kick your ass. I'm sorry, he won't say it, but I will. Super Pigeon Man. Xavier, thank you very much.
Yeah, bye.